Hi, I'm Dr. Cooper. This is my dog Puppy. We came to talk to you today about why you should spay and neuter your dogs and cats and why you should do so at an early age. Thought it would be appropriate for Puppy to join us. He was my first neuter procedure. I operated on him in vet school and he did just great. He's turned out to be a wonderful dog. I neutered him when he was 5 months old. The recommended age to spay or neuter your pet is actually between the ages of 5 and 8 months old before they reach sexual maturity, and there are medical and behavioral reasons that we as veterinarians do recommend that you do so. Neutering is removing the testicles from the scrotal sac. Same procedure for dogs and cats. The way we approach is a little bit differently, but we don't need to go into that. Spaying is to take out the ovaries, both ovaries and the uterus from a female. With cats, medical reasons actually have more to do with males. Anyways, it has more to do with behavioral. Male cats like to roam, they like to get into cat fights, they like to mark their territory, and can just be a real nuisance. Female cats can have all the same behavioral issues. They can fight, they can mark their territory through urine, but they can also get really bad infections in their uterus, pyometras. They can get uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, and the most significant risk for not spaying your cat at an early age is the development of breast cancer, mammary tumors. If you don't spay them before their first heat cycle, the risk for developing mammary cancer just goes up exponentially with each heat cycle. And usually mammary cancer in a cat is really bad. It's malignant, and from the time of diagnosis to death, it sort of depends on when you find it, but it's usually within a couple of years, particularly if you're not able to afford the operation at that point. With dogs, if you go to neuter them before they reach sexual maturity, and again that's to remove the testicles from the scrotal sac, they are not going to be able to get testicular cancer if the testicles have been removed. They're going to be at decreased risk for developing prostatitis, which is inflammation or infection in the prostate glands, and they're going to be at much less risk for getting prostate cancer. With females, the benefits are the same as with the female cat. They are not going to be able to get ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, pyometra. Pyometra is much more common in an older intact female dog than it is in a cat, and it's definitely a life-threatening infection in the uterus, particularly if the cervix is closed. They can get really sick. And then we'd have to do an emergency spay procedure in an already compromised patient. It can go really badly, unfortunately. Dogs can also get breast cancer. It's less often malignant. It's about 50% of the time it's malignant in a female dog, which is still more of a risk than I would want to take with my own animals. So the only reasons that I can think of that you wouldn't spay and neuter your pet is if you're thinking at all about breeding them or showing them. And if that's the case, then I would strongly suggest you make the decision before they reach sexual maturity. Do your research thoroughly, talk to a breeder, an experienced breeder, to see what their thoughts are, keeping in mind that there's a lot of unwanted puppies and kittens already in this world, and if you want to take on that added responsibility, it's not a decision I would go into lightly. So for me, my main reason for wanting pets in my home is to keep me company, is to be part of my family, and if I take away their drive to reproduce, they're no longer answering the call of the wild. They're not trying to find a mate. They want to be part of my family. They want to be with me, and that's why I brought them into my home. Please feel free to give us a call if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer anything that you might be more curious about, want more details about, as would any of the other doctors here at Animal Medical Hospital. Okay, thanks.